just wanted to give a little bit of information on some of the challenges we faced getting the K3 Basic off its pallet. The instructions are relatively clear. They do ask for what they call a narrow pallet trolley. Excuse me. The pallet trolley that I could get and hire is a width of about 55 centimeters, and you can see the gap here at the front. The machine is 49. Now at the other end it goes right down to only 39. So just how narrow a pallet jack you'd need, I don't know if you could even get one. Anyway, they do supply these sort of outrigger moving transportation bolts, or transportation devices I think they call them, which you attach into the side here. I've put the wheel kit on already, but obviously that wasn't on. And it allows you to present your pallet trolley to the side here, so that one of your pallet trolley legs is supporting the transportation bolts. There's the other one there. Now the trouble is, this brings the outside leg into just about the center, or slightly left of the center of the machine. And believe me, the balance point is nowhere near that. So what it meant was, we could lift it. I actually clamped this near bolt down to the actual leg of the trolley to give some security onto the pallet itself, and then needed to find a way of a second person being able to support this end, because the machine, as soon as you jack up the trolley, the machine, the balance point wants to tip this way, and on a 300 kilogram machine that's concerning when you've got to go down a ramp. So one thing made a big difference was just rigging up some kind of device like this, which is basically a G-clamp in a sock for protection, and something to support it by. In this case, some nylon banding. Anyway, I hooked that in. Get the sock on again. Like this. And with gloves on and a good grip, I was able to then support upwards and to do some braking as well as we went down the ramp. It did work. It just took a bit of preparation and planning, and I think it needed it because I think with an expensive machine you don't want to damage it, and there's a certain point in the maneuver probably a significant risk to us as the movers. So I also used a 7-foot ramp to decrease the incline as much as possible, even though on the instructions they just talk about 4 foot. I think that would have been much more difficult. For a start, you'd have to jack up the trolley a lot to clear the transition between the pallet and the ramp. So my advice is, if you can only get a trolley pallet jack like I've got, use your outrigger transport bolts. Center them up. If you can, fix one of the bolts to the trolley with G-clamp, as I did, to give that extra bit of security, and have at least 2 people, and one person's job is to keep this side up. It was doable. It was heavy, but it was within the capabilities of me, and I wasn't particularly straining myself. But you did have to maintain constant pressure in order to keep the machine from tipping all the way this way. Also, use as long a ramp as you can, and support it well along its full length, obviously, so there's no bowing as the machine comes down. These standard EPAL pallets are pretty high, actually. So what's that? It's 15 centimeters. So you know, there's some height to be lost there. Anyway, it's down. There's a few things about the machine which I am already noticing I might change or look into improving. But so far, it's a sweet bit of kit. It weighs a ton, and that's part of its charm. I'll give an update at another time about other things I found about the K3 Basic and setting it up, and some of the things I would change.